Siddha.
We are discussing about this Garbhadana Samskara. I had little introduction about it. And before Garbhadana Samskara, of course, we got Vivaha Samskara. We'll be discussing about it a little later. Assume that we have discussed about Vivaha Samskara, we are proceeding. And little reference I will be giving to Vivaha Samskara even during this Garbhadana Samskara. And in detail, we will see that Vivaha Samskara later. Okay, in this Garbhadana Samskara, what exactly the husband and wife are doing? Husband and wife, I am specific about it. It's not just a male and a female. Yes, husband and wife are bound by wedlock according to Vedic rites, and they decide to blend their body, mind, and soul.
Hello.
So that's the basis. From there, they proceed to achieve this meeting of their minds and meeting of their souls. So upon that, they continue life for some time. And then they decide to have children. They decide to have a child. So once they decide, they take upon themselves certain special assignments. Why? Because when they decide to have a child, what they are actually doing is they are manufacturing a tool. They are not manufacturing the soul. They are not manufacturing the soul. They are actually manufacturing a tool. Sharira, Indriya, Manas, they are doing it. And once they manufacture the tool, Sharira, Indriya, Manas, the operator who is capable of using the tool will get into the Sharira, Indriya, Manas. That's the process. Soul is eternal. That we have discussed very, very earlier. Sat, Satchit, Satchidananda. Satchidananda is Paramatma. Satchit is a soul. And Sat is the inert matter. And all the three are Anadi, Ananta. They exist. They are never created or they can be destroyed. So it's not that the husband and wife are creating the soul, but they are creating an abode for the soul. That's what is happening there, an abode, a shelter for the soul. So now it is up to them what sort of a tool, what sort of a machinery they have to manufacture. It is up to them. Now here, if the machinery, what they manufacture is of a lower quality, operator too will be of a lower quality, which matches that machinery. If the apparatus, what they manufacture is a sophisticated one, we cannot have an ordinary operator for it. We want an excellent operator for it who can handle that sophisticated machinery. What I mean to say is, the quality of the soul, or the soul which has got different samskaras. Every soul, I have told, it has got different combinations of samskaras. So where the soul has got very good samskaras, will come and handle the best machinery. A soul which has got a lower level samskara or more kusamskara rather than susamskara, it comes to operate a lower level machinery. This happens even in our factories also. In our factories, anywhere, we have got crude machines. Even an unskilled operator can handle it. We have got a better machinery. You want a semi-skilled operator. We got sophisticated machines which cannot be handled by unskilled man. We want a very, very skilled person to handle it. Same here. It depends upon the machinery what we are going to manufacture. If the machinery what we are going to manufacture is of very high level, then we want a very skilled operator, and that skilled operator is indirectly invited to get into that which you are going to manufacture. It's just an analogy. It's just an analogy. Better the formation of Sharindra Manas by the husband and wife, better will be the soul which gets in. And I say better, it means it's better samskaras. More of susamskara, less of kusamskara. So it is semi-planned. Which soul gets in, we don't know. But by improvising the quality of the machinery what we manufacture, you can expect a better operator. So what part is to be done, what part is to be played by the husband and wife has to be played. Now, how do they play that? This whole machinery, Sharindra Manas, it evolves. And the basic material for it is the sperm and the ovum. The sperm from the father and the ovum from the mother. They come together and they become a zygote. Or they become a zygote because the soul has got in. Either way. We don't know the exact moment when the soul enters. Because it enters, it gets fertilized. It gets fertilized because it has come. Either way, it's okay. So once the soul is in, the egg gets fertilized. Sperm and ovum become an egg and it gets fertilized. It becomes a zygote and gradually develops with cell division. The contents of the sperm and the ovum, maybe you call it as DNA, maybe you call it as chromosomes, whatever it is. They got all the factors to develop into different organs of the Sharira Indriya Manas. They grow gradually. The belly is formed, gradually the legs are formed, gradually the hands are formed, limbs are formed, the internal organs are formed, the brain is formed, the skull is formed, the bones are formed, muscles are formed, so many things. But all are required for the machinery to function. All the organs and all the parts gradually develop, and it takes nearly 9 and odd months for the whole process to be complete. So every time when they refer to this, they say Dashamasya, Dashamasya. That's the word what the Vedas use. Dashamasya is in the 10th month. So 9 months, 9 days, 10 days is the time required for that fertilized egg to grow into a human form. Until that time, it has to take shelter in the womb of the mother. And all the processes in that fetus, in the womb of the mother, will take place through the umbilical cord. It's all science. It's all science what I'm telling. Through the umbilical cord, breathes, the umbilical cord gets food, through the umbilical cord, it excretes everything through umbilical cord. There is a link between the mother's womb or the mother and the child. And through that umbilical cord, the whole child is controlled. So what's the name given to that? The point where the umbilical cord touches a child, it's called as Nabhi. The belly button, Nabhi. And how that Nabhi comes? Naha Bandhane. Bandhane is control. Held. The whole child is held through that Nabhi. So then any other name what we have, Nabhi is a best word for that. Nabhi. Because that's the one which holds the child in control through the mother. Mother holds it. Okay, before that, the quality of the Sharira Manas, what I was referring to, shall be fine, provided the two components of it. One is the Pitru Shakti, another one is the Matra Shakti. Pitru Shakti is the sperm, Matra Shakti is the ovum. When these two are of high quality, these are the two components what are required, then the resulting fetus will be of a very high quality. Fetus means the one which prepares the machinery for the sake of the soul. The combination of two is the fetus. For the sake of the soul, the Sharira Indriya Manas will take form. 9.5 months. That's called as the Garbha Vasa. And meeting of these two factors, these two components, Pitru Shakti and Matru Shakti, and the menstrual cycle stops, and which indicates that a child is going to born, that is known as Garbhadhana, to hold, to bear the Garbha. Garbha is that fetus, the stage of formation of the Sharira Indriya Manas in the womb of the mother. It's a Garbha and she bears it, she holds it. That's Garbhadhana. So how we take care of the two components, that is the Pitru Shakti and Matru Shakti, the sperm and the ovum, to be of high quality. Only when it's of high quality, yes, the resulting instrument will be of a very high quality, and the operator who operates it shall also be of a very high quality. It all follows one after another. How do you ensure that the sperm and ovum are of the best quality? There are several aspects in it. Nowadays, it's all happening mechanically. Nobody is intervening there. Nobody is intervening. Nobody is caring. Okay, they just marry, physically they come together, and a child is born. It's all happening very mechanically, as though it is in an animal. Animal also the same thing happens. They get the heat. Once they are in heat, they meet, and the animal is born. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 8, 10, we don't know. The same it's happening in human beings also. But then what's the difference between human beings and animals? Human beings are capable of thinking. Human beings are capable of analyzing. Human beings are capable of visualizing. And to some extent, monitoring things also. All these things have to come into play. All these things come into play. So, the source of the sperm, that's the Pitru Shakti, the source of the ovum, the Matru Shakti, they are manufactured in two different bodies, in two different structures, the male and the female. Now, how this is formed? I have to go back to some more technical and medical details. And of course, Ayurveda is the best guide for us. And we can correlate, of course, the modern science also, medical science with the Ayurveda. Now, this Ayurveda says, the whole body, male or female, the whole body is supported by 7 dhatus. Dhatu. Dhatu means the supporting factors, out of which the whole Sharira Indriya Manas is made up of. 7 dhatu, sapta dhatu. So this dhatu is very, very important. And when this dhatu is in equilibrium, samadhatu is in equilibrium, is in coherence, is in harmonious condition, and these Sapta Dhatus, yes, that results in a healthy body and mind, healthy Sharira Indriya Manas. Is one of the factors. Sapta Dhatu being in equilibrium. What are they? The first one is known as Rasa. Rasa. I discussed about it earlier. I'm just reiterating. Rasa. Which you may call it as Chaim, I told. Chyme, Chaim. Rasa is Chaim. Whatever food we eat, it gets into the form of chyme and will be capable of absorption into the body. That's a chyme, Chyme. Rasa. The technical name is Rasa in Ayurveda. Next one is Rakta. Rakta. Okay, it can be equated to blood. Rakta. Next one is Mamsa. Mamsa. The muscular tissues. Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa. Muscular tissues. Next one is Medas. Medas. Alpa Pranada, Medas. The fat content. Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Medas. Asthi. Asthi is bone. Bone tissues. Asthi. Whatever you're calling as dhatu, modern science, the equivalent, closest equivalent is tissue. Bone tissues, which make the skeletal structure of the Sharirindra Manas, Sharira, skeletal structure. Asthi, Majja, that is Majja, that's the bone marrow, inside of the bones. Bone marrow. Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Medas, Asthi, Majja. Majja is marrow, bone marrow. Then comes the Shukra. Shukra is the creative force, which you call it as Viryano in male, Dimbano in female, sperm and ovum. Now we can also consider that these Rasarakta, Mamsa, Medosthi, Majja, Shukra, they're all the finer aspects of the previous one. Food we eat, it has got so many components. The essence of the food is converted into chyme. The essence of chyme is blood. Whatever chyme we have, that chyme, the essence of it becomes the blood. Essence of blood becomes mamsa. The best of the part of muscular system, it becomes the fat. And the best part of the fat is the cause for the asthi. And like that, the best part finally is the shukra. But the physical sense, it is the sperm. It's fine. That shukra is also responsible in the subtle form for creative thinking of any person. Creativity creates. And the function of Shukra is also to create, procreate, to generate, to reproduce at the physical level. Now we are into the physical level. So if the sperm or the Shukra at the end, the seventh one, it has to be pure, it has to be strong, it has to be clean, then all the other things behind it, the sixth dhatu should be taken care of. You have to eat good food and convert it into the healthy kaima. So what is the food you have to take? The food you have to take is nothing but the sattvic food. Sattvic food. From there starts the whole thing. Sattvic food. Then it should be chewed well and consumed to get the right blend of the kind. And do sufficient physical exercise so that it gets into blood. It becomes blood with all its components intact. No excess, no shortage. In short, the blood chemistry has to be fine. Blood chemistry. Then the muscular tissues are formed well. Now these muscular tissues have to be used constantly in the right proportion. If you don't use it, the muscular tissues fail to function or becomes less functional. Have to be active, quick. Fat is reserve of energy in body. It becomes too much, it results in a disease called obesity. It's too small, it is a person becomes too lean and malnutritious. So that also, fat also has to be in the right proportion as a reserve of energy. Not much, not less. If at all there is a little more fat, you have to burn the calories. But all I'm telling, they are all nothing but good healthy practices, in simple words. Good healthy practices. Then bone. A composition is not right. It results in what is known as osteoporosis, brittleness of the bone. But if you take care of it, they'll be strong and healthy and gives a good structure to the Sharira Indriya. Good structure. Then bone marrow. Bone marrow produces so many chemicals which are required for the well-being of the Sharira Indriya Manas. Finally, it is a Shukra, the sperm, the Pitru Shakti. That's all the physical side. This should be taken care of. So that the sperm what is produced, the Pitru Shakti what is produced in the male, in the husband, shall be of very high quality. To it should be added the mental factor. Because even the mental factors also get into the sperm. So the would-be parents have to willfully plan that we shall have a good child, that we shall prepare, we shall manufacture, we shall build a beautiful Sharira Indriya Manas. And the hereditary factors which pass into the sperm, the hereditary factors which pass into the sperm or ovum, on the other hand, shall be the best. Shall be the best. Shall not be without control, without intervention. Shall be the best. We monitor it, we will, we wish for it. Let the good things of ours, let the Samskaaraas get passed on to the sperm and improve the quality of it. We wish for it, we will it. So this has to be done by their regular disciplined life, by their sattvic food practices, and by their volition, willpower. Now all this what I have said has been discussed in the Vivaha Samskara. In particular the Saptapadi. In Saptapadi, the very first step it says, Isha Ekapadi Bhava, and that Isha is nothing but the willpower. If the willpower is weak, nothing can be done, including this job what we are discussing now. Urje Dvipadi Bhava, for health, that's what we have been discussing about the Saptadhatu. Rutubhya Shatpadi Bhava, for a disciplined life, you are taking the sixth step. See? We have got the prerequisites and knowledge of prerequisites in the Vivaha Samskara. So with a disciplined life, with a healthy food habit, with willpower, yes, it's possible to change the hereditary factors in the sperm and the ova. Now also they are trying to alter the quality of the sperm and ovum at the gene laboratory. I made the complete mapping of the genes and the chromosomes, the DNAs, and what is responsible for what. And in the laboratory, they are trying to manipulate the contents of the DNA and the chromosomes. But it's all mechanical. But here it is psychological and spiritual. And psychological and spiritual manipulation is more subtle and stronger than the physical manipulation. So their experiments are not giving any result, or maybe very little negligible result. And sometimes if the results boomerang, it could be very wrong results also. They can create a demon in a human being. It's also possible if we are not able to know what it is. So the research on genes and DNA chromosomes is very much controlled. It's not free and allowed for everyone to do it. Because what happens, we don't know. If it's positive, it's excellent. If it is negative, we ourselves shall be the cause of creating demons, devils, cruel people, with wrong combination of DNAs and chromosomes. It is done in a subtle way, using our health, using our disciplined life, using our sattvic food, and with our willpower. That's the best laboratory what we can have in us. This whole process is explained in Garbhadana Samskara. So lead this way of life with your willpower, good health, disciplined life. You prepare the best of Pitru Shakti and Matru Shakti in the form of sperm and ovum. And if such sperm and such ovum come in contact, we can always expect a best result. The probability of a good result is very high. This whole technique has been explained in Garbhadana Samskara. While speaking about this, in one of the groups, there was a question. I'll explain that question and the answer what I gave on the basis of Vedic thoughts. And with that, we will close the class for the day. And in the next class, we shall see how the mantras that are used in Garbhadana Samskara refers to these things. Okay, the question was, one elderly lady, she said that, sir, you're speaking of sperm and ovum, sperm and ovum, sperm and ovum, again and again and again. But I have an objection. You said Vedas are for all times. Yes. And you're speaking of sperm and ovum, sperm and ovum. Nowadays, the science has progressed to such an extent that for reproduction, you need not have a sperm and an ovum at all. That's gone. Now we are able to produce an animal with just a piece of skin with DNA. It's possible. And they've done it with a sheep called Dolly. So this is possible. How do you say that sperm and ovum is necessary for reproduction? It's not required. Then a piece of DNA is sufficient to reproduce. Are you doing it? Replicating. Then I said, okay, at the gross form, we speak of sperm and ovum. But also I have been using two other words along with that. Pitru Shakti and Matru Shakti. You also observed it? When I spoke of sperm and ovum, I referred to Pitru Shakti and Matru Shakti. Right? I used it again and again. Because though sperm and ovum is not required for a prototype to create, a piece of DNA is sufficient. It's okay. But Pitru Shakti and Matru Shakti, you cannot escape from. You cannot avoid them. These two are very much necessary. Not with only Pitru Shakti you cannot do it. With only Matru Shakti you cannot do it. But you can do it with only a piece of DNA. Even to convert this piece of DNA into a prototype animal, prototype person, you need Pitru Shakti and Matru Shakti. Pitru Shakti is represented by sperm, Matru Shakti is represented by the ovum, that's right. But Pitru Shakti and Matru Shakti are essential in any case where there is reproduction. What is that Pitru Shakti? Pitru Shakti is a protecting force, parakshane. Matru Shakti is a creative force, the formative force, the one which is responsible for the formation. So the one which forms is the Matru Shakti, and what is being formed is to protect it, and that protective force is the Pitru Shakti. Even in your laboratory, when you are creating a prototype with DNA, okay, Matru Shakti is employed, but can you do it without protection? And to create a protective environment. What is that protective environment? It's called the Pitru Shakti. So unless these two work together, the Matru Shakti and the Pitru Shakti, reproduction will not take place, whether in laboratory, whether in prototype, or in regular reproduction. These two factors are very essential, Matru Shakti and Pitru Shakti. So I explained in detail the subtle meaning of Matru Shakti, Pitru Shakti. That elderly lady, she said, yes, you are right, I accept it. You know who she was? He was a retired obstetrician and gynecologist. She was a retired obstetrician gynecologist who had behind her at least 4 decades of experience in the field. And I was none. But I was able to explain it with the help of the Vedic concept. And she said, you are right. So why I gave this example is the Vedic concepts are so subtle, so scientific, so rational, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But it's there. It's there. If you really understand it, follow it, yes, we can create a beautiful future generation. So Garbhadana Samskara, after Vivaha Samskara, has to be done with all meaning by knowing it and practicing it. And we can get better offsprings. We can have better future. And we can create a beautiful palace for a great soul to get in. And that's the purpose of the whole Garbhadana Samskara. Okay, in detail we'll see in the coming class. Thank you for the day. Namaste. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆನಂದ್ ಬರಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ? ಹಲೋ ಆನಂದ್, ಆನಂದ್ ಸರ್. ಹಾ, ಮೊಮ್ಮಗಳೇನೋ ಜೊತೆಲಿದ್ದಂಗಿದೆ.
ದಿವಸ ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಬ್ರು.
ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಯಾರು? ನಾನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಾಲ್ಕನಿಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲೇನಾ?
ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ.